100,000 would die in 1 week of carnage. Chilling warning over North Korea war. Devastation would be ravaged the Korean peninsula as Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un's battle of words exploded into conflict. The U.S. would launch a large-scale attack led by airstrikes if Washington decided to take military action against Pyongyang. Professor Malcolm Chalmers detailed the horrific consequences of a potential conflict in his new report for RUSI titled Preparing for War in Korea. Trump's first strike would be hit with a monstrous retaliation by North Korea using 10,000 artillery pieces and hundreds of missiles. This arsenal would be dropped on top of South Korea's capital Seoul, causing huge amounts of casualties. North Korea, Kim Jong-un's first strike could kill 100,000 in 1 week of carnage. Professor Chalmers warned millions of refugees would be left displaced by the war, fleeing into nations such as Russia and China. He added, even a single nuclear weapon used by Kim could add another six-figure sum to the death toll. North Korea would be able to maintain an onslaught on the South using underground, which they have been preparing since the end of the Korean War. The expert warned against any military action by the U.S. due to the catastrophic human consequences it would have on the region. South Korea. Seoul has been preparing for a potential chemical or nuclear attack by Kim. Total war. North Korea and the South would engage in a brutal war across the peninsula. In his report, Professor Chalmers wrote, during this first phase of the war, heavy casualties, both military and civilian, would be expected on both sides. Tens and perhaps hundreds of thousands would be killed by the end of the week, and many more wounded and traumatized. Large parts of both North Korea and South Korea would become scenes of carnage, with millions of refugees seeking shelter in areas spared from the initial destruction, and many of these attempting to flee to neighboring countries. If nuclear weapons were used, the damage could be much greater. A single nuclear weapon used on Seoul could lead to hundreds of thousands of additional fatalities. Airstrikes would then lead into a large-scale invasion of North Korea as the US and South Korea battle the million-man Army of the North. Occupying forces would face a growing insurgency exploiting weaknesses of the U.S. approach to war, Chalmers said. He added, there is no easy military option that can destroy North Korean nuclear capability without starting a wider war. The defense expert, who has served at the right-hand side of two UK foreign secretaries as a senior advisor, warned the conflict is now a real possibility between North Korea and the U.S. At a launch of the report this morning in Whitehall, he told Daily Star Online that Britain could also be roped into a war if the North strikes first against the U.S. Trump and Kim have been engaging a fiery war of words, with Washington threatening to totally destroy Pyongyang.